To make one array, you have to put it like this. Make two bracket like these braces, these two angular braces actually. So right here array, array or array, then give some space and name. Add the name. I want to add this as currency. All right. Then we have to close this array also. So for this purpose, write like this. You can see this is the open tag we have open here and we have close here. Now inside this we have to put the items. To put item, just write like this item. Here INR I will write, then this item. Then for the next also we have to do the same thing, item to SD, right, well behaving. For this third case I want to put one, and for the last thing, let the item to be found. You can just write for an example, and now I added the 3 items. Now the user will be able to convert from any one to any one of these things. Now go to XML, and in this spinner, click in this spinner, and here you can see the entry is there. So write this thing, this entry, and write @array array, and then test, then the name that you have given for the array currency. And now you can see this video. The user can select any one of these currency here. Now to show this thing, the name currency I have taken from this. This is the currency. If you put another name, then you have to send here also. But this is, since it is array, so you cannot send this. Now for this second one also, I will put the same thing. Just copy it from here, paste it. Right. For this second one also, the thing will be same, but one problem is there. You can see it is showing INR and it is also showing the INR. So conversion, the result will be same. So for this thing we have to make one new array actually. So copy it and paste it, and you can see the name is same, so we cannot give it currency. Let's say currency 1 for the first case, and for the second case 2. And in the item I will change this item. First item will be USD here, so USD will be visible there, and for the currency 1 it will be INR. So let's go here and put currency 1 for this case, and for the second case currency 2. Alright, now you can see one INR is there, then USD. User can choose any of from the currency. We have added 3 currency, you can add more currency also. Now the design part is over. Now I can go to the coding part. If more design is necessary, I will come back. Before going to the coding, let's put some ID here. So first, for this case, let's put enter currency field, star currency field, and for this view let's put currency view. For these two spinner, I want to say spinner 1 for the first case, don't ask this again. And for this thing I want to put dash currency spinner 2 is also there. And for this button let's put it convert button. Alright, so we have successfully created the IDs. These IDs will be stored in the R file, r.java, r class, R file. You cannot see this file here, not there, but it is of course, if you want you can see. Now I will go to the main activity class, and here first I will find make reference variable for this use. So first, for the, since it is a text view, edit text, so first I will make a reference variable of edit text and simply hit Alt Enter. It's to be same name. I want to take it as current entire currency just field I will delete. Now just put some commas. For the second spinner, and for text field also we have to make all these things. We have one spinner here, two spinner here. So for spinner I'll create the reference variable spinner 1. For the second I'll also create the reference variable spinner 2. Right. And for the button we have to also make the reference variable, and this just name it as convert button. Now we have created this button and we have to get the object for this. It is reference variable, it is not the object. Now we have to get the object by the method find view by ID. So just write it like this, enter currency and find view by ID. You can see this method returns the object, and this reference variable will contain this object. Now the ID that we have created, that ID will return us the object. Just write the r.id dot enter currency field, and one error is there. This is because we have not create this thing cast. We have to type cast this thing because it returns view items, so we have to convert it into edit text and just put the comma at the last, semicolon last. This entire currency field for the first one, you can see this is the ID. So we have created the object for this, and now for other spinner also we have to make this spinner 1 equal to find view by ID r.id dot spinner 1. Here we have to typecast it. For the second spinner we also have to do this thing, this to find view by ID r.id dot spinner 2. I think it is there, yes, this here. Now for button also we have to make it, just typecast it, alt enter, and for button we also have to make the same thing, convert button equals find view by ID r.id dot convert button. Here it is the convert button, just hit alt end, and we have created this for reference variable for object. And one more thing is there, the last one thing is this thing, the output, where I will show the output. This is currency view. You have to make the reference variable for this thing also. Text view, you cannot edit there, so this text view on, and to call it as currency view. So put here currency view when semicolon get one space there. Don't put any space, that work. That's for clarity. This r dot I dot convert button. Yes, you can currency view, then hit alt n, and we have now the 4 IDs. Now we can work with these four variables, for reference variable for the objects of objects. Now we can work with that. We have to write the code now. Now we will start the coding. When the user will press this button, first the user will have to enter some amount here, and when he will and select one currency here, he can convert from INR to USD, USD to INR, and like that. And when he will hit this convert button, then output will be visible here. So when the button will be pressed, then the code should run. So we have to use this thing on button dot set on click list. This is the method of button class. It is a button class object. Since this is the button class reference variable, and it contains the object from this it gets the object from this thing, find view by ID. And when, so this is a object, you can say it is like an object, and the button class has this method. With this method he can perform his work. So now set on click listener, and we have to make on click listener interface. Yes, here we are creating one class actually, and we are passing the object of that class. It is the way to work with anonymous in our class. We are working with that thing. If you don't know about an anonymous in our class, then you have to first understand this thing, and you can understand this, then you can understand this tutorial very easily. It is not very difficult. Just if you don't understand, that will also work. Just write new then on click listener like this, it will work. When you hit this button, then something will be going on. So now I will write the main code. When the button will be clicked, this code will be executed. The code where the code written at this thing, at this point, the code will be executed. Actually we are passing here here one object of a class that implements this on click listener interface. Now I